Good evening and welcome one and all to the oNiD Community Racing Sim Hound Club Challenge round 2 here for season 6. We are at Virginia International Raceway, still staying stateside for this American circuit. Tight and twisty circuit by nature, a couple of nice long straights of slipstreaming, but that first sector very snaky. We'll see if these guys can go side by side and fight through their butts. Plenty of opportunity here in what will be the first dusk to night race. Yes, night racing with headlights illuminating the way. We'll try and keep track of who's who and who's where. We'll try and do our best, especially in the dying light of the current conditions of the circuit. In the comms booth with me this evening as well, my name is Aidan Howard, and in the comms booth with me once again, it is a transatlantic alliance, and it's the wonderful Jarrett Page bringing us with a bit of company this evening. Jarrett, good evening.
Good evening, and I'm excited for us to be down here at Danville, Virginia International Raceway. I think I said it last week. This is one of my closer racetracks here in the States, and it is a personal favorite because I've been here a number of times and worked as a track worker. And it's great. It's big. It's great.
Well, typical American, bigger the better, isn't it? Go large or go home. Anyway. That's a really bad joke. We are in qualifying with cars out on circuit as it stands. Lone qualifying for the start of this race. Only the one qualifying session, and then we going with the race in this evening. 2 half-hour races, if I recall correctly, and it's DannyBoy84 joining the community. Thank you so much for the follow. It's much appreciated. Let's see what these guys are doing on the circuit. Keep an eye for some times coming off the board. Cards Rodriguez, Dan Tomlinson, and to name but a few who have been able to set lap times as it stands. As we now see the timing tower pop up in front of us.
We're currently on board with Runar Botolfson as he makes his way. Sorry, I lost track of where. I lost track of where he was on the track, but starting to work his way around to set a fresh flying lap. I think his first time around was just a little over a 209, which puts him in pretty good standing in comparison to the front of the field, currently sitting at P4 for a starting position.
Indeed, it is. It is Rodriguez that leads the way in the on the pole position. Nearest person to a 208, only 0.021 of a second off. He's going for another lap, and he is on another lap. But we are going to stick with Bottelson. He's looking slightly promising as he goes through the middle sector, now going down into it's very hilly, this circuit. It's very it's almost like a roller coaster almost.
Absolutely. As he makes his way through roller coaster into Hog Pit. Wait, no, I'm sorry, that's Oak Tree. I got him on the wrong side. Sorry, he's hitting onto the back straight now. But yeah, there is a surprising amount of elevation change, which is something you'll see on a lot of the East Coast and Northeast tracks, because like you're kind of in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains here.
It'd be interesting to see, and again, we will try and get some onboard shots actually, just to show how many of these corners from the TV cameras they don't look that bad, but from the driver's point of view, the corners will be coming thick and fast. Some of them completely blind as well. You're relying on complete experience of the knowledge of the circuit to know where the corners are going to come and where the apexes are and where the exits are. But for now,
yeah, absolutely. Particularly here in Hogpen, where Balson just pulled through, you're coming down off of a fast left-right section, and sets the fastest time as we're watching. Drops into a 207. Wait, excuse me, 208, but quickly pipped by 207 by Cleaver. But as we're saying, that corner is a fast left-right sequence, cresting a hill and then having to aim for an apex on a right-hander at the bottom that's slightly off camber. So it is a ride all the way around.
Is indeed, as Carlos Rodriguez, a former pole sitter, now going on for another lap. Cleaver's gone back to the pits, so that is his 3 laps and qualifying done and dusted. It is a 10. Oh, carry on. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I was going to say Cleaver seeming very happy with that final time he put in there, an absolutely blistering pace around here.
He did indeed. As I said, he's done his 3 laps. He can't do any more than what he's done. So that is qualifying him done and dusted. We are just going to have a look up and down the field to see who is about to finish. They're all actually on laps at the minute. Either starting a lap or finishing. Actually, one that is about to finish. One who hasn't set a lap time yet. Victor De La Vale down in classified in 18th, but hasn't got a lap time on the board as of yet. He does come to the line. However, don't think he's going to be setting a valid time. Let's see what happens as he comes to the line. Oh, it is a valid time, and it's P4.
It's a strong showing. But it is very easy here with all of the twisting and short runoff that you have. It have as a small mistake end up with an off track. So it's the number of times not set that we have, maybe a showing of a number of people struggling to set valid times here.
Yeah, spot on. So we'll keep an eye on it. Bloom Chris has got a slow down for cutting the track, but that is going to not stop him. Oh, it does actually stop him. He goes back to the pits. Squirrel also gets a slow down, so he's going to stop the car and potentially go back to pits as well. As we go to the line for Rodriguez, is it going to be improved for him? It is up to 2nd position, but immediately
and Dan Tomlinson getting the position over him immediately after that.
Yeah, spot on. Big, very good lap time there for Dan Tomlinson. As the car comes to a stop, you see the brake disc glowing at the front of the tyres. This will be quite interesting to see that tonight, actually, as it's a little bit dark out there. Sergio Very much so. Thank you for dropping into Twitch chat. And Validate, thank you for your little comment there as well. Pleasure to have you all. Welcome to tonight's stream. Just a couple of minutes ago until we get to the grid, but it is the dying moments of qualifying, and I don't think anyone else is going to improve or is on a lap. Pierre Cousin gets to the line. It's not going to be an improvement. Martinez jumps up to 12th, and Hill at the dying moments of qualifying with just under 10 seconds, just over 10 seconds to go, shall I say, gets to P6. Now, I think that will be it, as everyone else is on a lap, but won't have enough time to finish.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be the end of it, and qualifying ends just as the sun goes down. So it looks very much like we are going to be having a nice long run in the dark.
Oh my, as it does get very much darker and it is almost pitch black. We will go to the grid and we'll see that Matt Cleaver is on pole position. The Tomlinson to Rodriguez to Bottleson, Victor de la Hill, Staver, Bloomquist, Pifers and Holmes, your top 10. We now go down to Pierre Cousin, Martinez and Morgan, Raplinas, Squirrel, Har, Benjamin, Pifers, Taron and Williams. Taron and Williams not setting a lap time. We're not entirely sure if there's a particular reason for that, but they both are starting at the back of the grid.
Yeah, and as you'll notice as we start getting the cars on the grid, there are absolutely no lights here. VIR has no track lights whatsoever, so all the light we're going to have is what these little MX-5s can put out of the headlights, and this is why this track is also never used at night.
Oh dear lord, what in the world have the oNiD admins this concoction of a circuit? This is going to be interesting. Two more cars waiting to get to the grid, just waiting on Pifers and Taron to hit that drive button, so the cars then go to the grid ready to start this first of two races this evening.
And the lights are out. We're waiting for them to all go.
And we away as Cleaver gets a reasonably good start. Tomlinson following in the background. Rodriguez, Bottleson staying put. Cousins dropping down. Taron and Pifers did not get to the grid. They all start from the pit lane as it is almost 2 wide or 3 wide in the background. The leaders go through the first turn. Nice and tight as a spinning Bottleson. And that is a crash.
Oh, and there is a big pickup of Bottleson getting turned around, and everyone's trying to dodge him as they make it through the exit of the horseshoe.
Indeed,
number of cars that are scrambled and trying to spin themselves around, and a number of rejoiners.
Yeah, Benjamin also being one of them, dropping down the order. Can't see if he's quite got damage, but he has had a spin, unfortunately. As you said, Bottleson getting going again, but that is a very poorly car. And there is also a meatball flag for Ben Holmes, who's off the circuit as well, down in the lower parts of the grid.
Three meatball flags off the start immediately with Bottleson, Tomlinson, and Holmes. And all this as the front runners start to make their way onto the snake. They're heading into the first long run of the track, and there appears to be a car off number 54 spinning in the grass.
Oh, it is indeed, and that's Thomas DeHart. And forgive us for not having the lights to see what's going on, but he is spun. It doesn't look like he has damage. It may have just been a harmless spin, and he's able to get going again. But these night races are throwing up a bit of a curveball for these guys. As oh, okay. Cousins off as well, so
72.
Struggling.
Yeah, getting back on relatively cold tires on grass is not the most friendly thing to do.
Nope, absolutely not. So they're going to get going once more as the leaders going down into the final sector now.
Yeah, heading through roller coaster into hog pen with Rodriguez chasing Cleaver with just a 3/10 gap. And here is where the drafting battle is going to start. Two massive straights here on this track, both the front straight heading up into the horseshoe and the back straight finishing off the lap out of Oak Tree. And Rodriguez pulls alongside of Cleaver, and in the background, De La?
Contact leaders. Oh, that is Cleaver round. There was a touch, I think, from Carlos Rodriguez.
Yeah, it looked like Rodriguez mistimed the braking and just got into Cleaver's back bumper. Cleaver is taking a long cut to make his way back onto the track. And not getting a flag for it, so apparently taking the time that he needed to keep the system happy. But that puts Rodriguez as the leader with De La Valle as the second.
Oh, that was netcode.
Yeah, it looks like there's just a bit of lag in the contact.
Oh. The lightest of touches. I'm going to try and see if we can get an on board while we go to this replay. It doesn't look like there was much in it.
No, not at all. But at the same time, it doesn't take much to get turned around there either, because the car is loaded up pretty heavily.
Yeah, absolutely good point.
And
as
Rodriguez taking a cut as well.
It's so stable as well, to be fair. Over now having to serve that going down the back
And
straight away.
It takes that position.
And Staver's trying to slow down as well. So that's going to drop Rodriguez down to 4th. He needs to clear it sooner rather than later. So does Staver as well. As they both cars are having to do so. There's now a new battle for the lead as Bloomquist and De La Vale fighting away for position.
Yeah, and that is a really rough place to have to pick up a slowdown. That is one of the most important acceleration zones on the track, because you're hurting for so long, especially in these little MX-5s that don't have the most power, and you're just trying to stay in the slipstream of the car ahead.
Yep, absolutely. So that will be painful to score. He's got to slow down as well. He's trying to serve that too. As Bloomquist sets a new fastest lap of the race to 10.389. With far cry off what we've been seeing in qualifying. But nonetheless, is currently fastest lap. And then Morgan getting 209.3, recovering Charlie Morgan for that as well. And getting a good lap time and a bit of clean air. He's been able to climb up the field a little bit. As the top three, once again, getting rather close to each other.
Yeah, these two long drafting sections into heavy braking zones let the field bunch up nicely, so that we'll likely be seeing them all pile up on each other every other lap or so.
Indeed they will.
But unfortunately, Stather seems to have picked up another slowdown and is having to back out.
Ugh. So he's going to be dropping well off this battle for the lead, but hopefully if these guys start fighting, he'll be able to catch back up once more. In the midfield, 6th and 7th, also fighting away as well. They're not too far from each other. Let's give a bit of attention to the guys in the mid-pack of 6th and 7th close together, and in the background, that's
Weaver to Shore and Morgan having a three-way battle for this midfield position.
Yep, absolutely. We'll just drop down to Pfeiffer, who's side by side with Ash Hill as they go into the back straight. Ash Hill looking to tuck into that slipstream as he looks to make a move. However, also up ahead of this battle, and we'll just jump back to leaders. They are side by side. It is Bloomquist having to defend from De La Vale. Gets the move defended well, retains the lead. As it is the Memo Tyres car that is trying to get back past once more.
But De La Vale does a good job of staying right on Blomqvist's tail as they go into the front straight. And Blomqvist may have just enough space to fight off the draft, but De La Vale is going to be looking at Rodriguez in his rearview mirrors as they make their way up to the first corner, and De La Vale tucks down to the inside but stays out of it as Blomqvist pulls around, taking the faster line and closing the door onto De La Vale. Rodriguez seeming to hang back, watching these two fight up ahead. De La Vale pulling alongside on the left-hand side, taking the inside through NASCAR and gets the lead off of Rodriguez. And let's see if Rodriguez is going to have an answer for him coming down on the right hook. Nothing doing, as De La Vale just is able to get the time off ahead. Rodriguez continues to pull, but that fighting up ahead is letting Stather slowly eat the gap up from P4 towards the third.
Slowly but surely. Sergio, 3 deaths in 1 lap. Yes, indeed, 3 deaths in 1 lap. Cold tyres, cold circuit. That was the concoction cause that I do presume. And we are going to just keep an eye on this lead battle as well as Rodriguez goes wide.
Oh, very wide run. Rodriguez is able to at least keep it together and not go spinning off into the grass, not losing much time and picking up a slowdown either. But that does not do him any favors to stay into the draft of the cars ahead.
It's not at all. Unfortunately, Pfeiffer's has had an incident. He's crashed the car by the looks of it. He's jumped back to the pit lane, and we will just see what happened there in a few moments' time. We'll stick with this lead battle just for a couple of more moments, as Bloomquist now also fending off De La Vale again for position, and once again, Bloomquist able to keep ahead.
And I think it would be interesting to take a look down at P8 because it looks like there is a four-way fight forming for that 8th position.
That is indeed.
Going too wide up into the roller coaster with the 4th car looking for an option. And they get side by side with possibly a little bit of door banging, but the Momo Tires car of Martinez is able to stick ahead and hold into that lead position off of Roplines. It's a wild oNiD car coming off the track.
Car 36, that is.
That's Shore picking up a black flag.
Oh, that's going to be a drive-through then. I do presume it's going to slow down and let these guys pass. Yeah, there's a battle for second and third, but it's also a 4-way battle here. We're spoiled for choice. We'll stick with this midfield battle. They're almost 3 wide.
They are 4 wide coming down the front straight.
Oh, contact! And that is...
Oh, and the number 70 goes wide, losing tons of time. Martinez is able to stay in the lead, but Martinez, Pfeiffer's, and Hill are all not letting each other have a single ounce of breathing space.
They're not at all. And they get away with it just about. There was a slight contact between a couple of cars there, and apologies, just purely because of the lack of daylight. We are struggling to see who that was. But going into turn 1, there was a bit of contact between the drivers, but they survive. That's the main thing. They keep the cars pointing in the right direction, and they continue to race.
I think I might have also got confused because it's D Pfeiffer's and M Pfeiffer's. D Pfeiffer's is currently having to serve a meatball flag. M Pfeiffer's leads up this fight that we have. Excuse me, Martinez leads the fight that we have going on for P7 currently.
Indeed, it does. His score has gone off circuit, got himself another slowdown. So that'll be interesting to see as him move for Ash Hill up the inside. And they remain side by side. They go down the main straight. Now I'm just going to quickly jump to the leaders. They are also side by side, almost 3 wide. It's almost a 3-way battle now. Rodriguez, Lucas, and De La Vale. And there's contact.
Oh, and big contact at the front. Rodriguez is dropped off of Pigpen and is just lost in the grass for a while.
Indeed it does. Rejoin the circuit and keep on going, but De La Vale now leading the way for that is I believe another Momo Tires driver there.
Yeah, I believe because Martinez and Rodriguez are on a team together, aren't they?
They are indeed. So that's teammate battle out the window for now, as we see Pfeiffer's rejoin the circuit. Now we did say he had a shunt. We are just going to once again, I do want to try and see what happened with Pfeiffer's, sent them back to the pits, and indeed we will just quickly get a replay and see what happened to Mike Pfeiffer's, and it was on the grass, and oh, that's going to be big, and it is big.
Oh, just lost the back end trying to recover.
Yeah, that's a massive shot, so he'll quite rightly goes toes back to pits, gets the replay dies, it's battling, oh, it is battling, that's Martinez, it's round.
It appears it was Martinez and
Mike Pfeiffer's.
I couldn't actually get a good eye on the other car. Oh yeah, you're right. Martinez and Pfeiffer's got into each other's sides.
Well, let's have a look at how it happened. Here's Martinez fighting or leading actually this little battle up the inside. Goes Pfeiffer's. It's gone too deep.
Yeah, Pfeiffer's misses the braking, ends up T-boning Martinez off the racetrack.
Ooh, dear. That's
costing them both dearly in that 7th place battle.
Indeed it did. And it's fighting continuing for the top 3 as well. Staver in third's got slowed down. That's going to hurt him big time.
Yeah, Staver's going to have to try to fight between bleeding off the time he needs and staying within reach of those cars up ahead.
Yep. He was just running wide out of that double right-hander onto the back straight. And that's giving him a slowdown. He's still trying to stick with this group, but he's still got that slowdown. So we'll have 30 seconds, if I recall correctly. And he does get it served. Limits the damage as best as he can.
Yeah, Blomqvist is staying glued onto De La Vale's back bumper as they head down through roller coaster. It's going to be a matter of who gets the better drive coming out of Hogpen. And it looks like De La Vale takes a good wide line using all the runoff and just gets good run, but is nothing to get Blomqvist out of reach of him. Will Blomqvist try to make a move? Blomqvist going to the outside. De La Vale defensive on the inside line.
And that's surely
hard
moved
on the brakes. De La Vale is able to close the door to keep Blomqvist from diving down to the inside, and De La Vale holds on to that lead position.
It does, as Staver wanted to nip at it as well, tries to get to the nose on the inside of Blomqvist there, does Staver. Oh, as we've just had a bit of an issue. Mayo just lost serve ever so briefly, but we are back. Jarrett, are you still with me?
I'm still here. It doesn't appear like we lost a whole lot of, other than just a brief connection to the iRacing. But in that, De La Vale seems to hold on to that lead position while Blomqvist chasing hard. Stay there has fallen back just a little bit. Stay there to Rodriguez.
I'm just double checking everything's okay. This is my end. As yes, the field is now spread out quite a lot between all the drivers. As a couple of cars dropping in and out now, potentially a couple of connection issues here on the server end. But for now, we are continuing the race with Bloomquist chasing down De La Vale for the lead. Taran also getting quite close to Pifers for the final top 10 position. As we see the leaders once again side by side. Do have it. It's a nudge on the straight.
And there's contact between the two.
Just as I look away to Twitch chat, I can see the cars almost coming into one. But they get away with it. There's some form of contact there. There's a little bit more contact as they go into the final section of the circuit. I'm reliably informed by Sergio Garcia that De La Vale has the car broken. He has damage that's affecting potentially his performance. It didn't look like it there. He managed to get a run on Bloomquist, so if he does have any damage, it doesn't look like to be affecting him.
Bloomquist leads our front group down the front straight.
Does indeed. It's Stavers looking to try and make a move down up the inside.
Blomqvist getting into the back bumper of De La Vale once again and seeming to bounce off of Stathers as well.
Does indeed.
But De La Vale, Stathers, and Blomqvist are able to keep them all on the track, but Blomqvist, it loses out, falling into the clutches of Rodriguez, who's closing in on that third position.
Indeed, De La Vale still being able getting that position back, but Bloomquist losing out there with two positions, first to third in one corner.
Just shows how tight these lead cars are as Rodriguez in the background picks up a slowdown, letting the front group run away just that little bit more.
Indeed, it's a battle just a bit further down the order as we jump to it. Oh, that's a save by Thomas DeHaar.
Yeah, a bit of door banging between Cousins and Tahar. Tahar is at least able to keep it onto the road. A hard place to go side by side for any car around this track.
Indeed,
Tahar is going to have another chance at Cousins as they pull onto the front straight. Tahar within slipstream distance. Tahar seems to have the better drive as the gap seems to be closing down between the two.
Is indeed, but not enough to get the move done. There's a lap car. That's Martinez. What's happened to Alfonso? He entered the pits. He had a pit stop. That's why he might have had damage there and use his quick repair and come straight back out and into this little midfield battle. But dropping positions, unfortunately, did Alfonso Martinez. You can see him into the pit lane here, and indeed was a bit further up prior to the pit stop and now has lost some positions, unfortunately.
Yeah, deciding it's worth it to get that car fixed right around now in order to try to have a bit of a recovery throughout the rest of the race.
Yes, and that is Adam Benjamin going off circuit.
That's Stather's. Wait, sorry. No, excuse me. That is Benjamin.
Is Benjamin?
Or was that Raplina's?
No, that's Benjamin. We're following now. As
Yep. Sorry. Yeah, Benjamin having a bit of an off track and a resafe joinly moment.
Yep, indeed. And Piper's now also having an issue of his own off the circuit in the final turn. Does rejoin, however, and gets away with that. And a battle even further down the grid. Martinez and Haar side by side go down the main back. No, not the main straight, the back straight, should I say?
Yeah, hopefully Martinez is feeling a lot more confident with this repair car underneath him, and we'll see if he's able to use that to make his way up through this mid to front of the field.
Indeed, it looks to be relatively safe. He gets the well, Tar actually doesn't quite get the move done. He stays behind as the issue for the leader going wide. Apologies just to jump to. I know he has some other battles here and there, but Dillavale having an issue briefly goes off circuit, allows Staver to close in. There's now a significant gap between second and third as these guys are trying to break away. Now let's quickly see what happened to Victor as he goes to a replay. Just goes wide. He does just go very briefly wide.
Yes, dropping wheels off the inside at the south bend is not going to be anyone's friend as they try to make their way down to this next braking zone.
Indeed they do, and they're still pointing in the right direction, and Dillavale still retains the lead. Stavelo's knocking on the door, trying to do anything he can, and now it is a four-way battle once more, first through fourth, all within 1.4 seconds of each other. And it is with just over 10 minutes to go of this first half-hour race. Could be anyone's in that top four. New fast is up for Rodriguez as well, so he's putting in some time to get back up to this battle, 207.8. As there's contact!
Oh!
Dillavale's round. He's going to have to wait for a safe gap to get the car back around, but indeed he does so. As let's just have a look at that once more. And it was who was behind him? It was Staver. So on the brakes goes Staver, and yeah, just a bit too late on the brakes potentially, and collects.
Yeah, just causing an accordion backup at T1. Normally we see these at the start of the race, but this late into the race, people are starting to kind of lose their references, especially in the heat of a chase.
Yep, absolutely. So that is unfortunately going to be Dillavale down the order, and potentially, if he did have damage, even more damage now, as he will continue. Another bump,
and that takes our four-way fight for the lead down to a two-way between Blomqvist and Rodriguez.
Yeah, another bump and run, unfortunately. So post-race stewarding isn't in fact. So if drivers feel like they need to report anything, our own stewards will have a look and apply post-race penalties. For now, it is Blomqvist and Rodriguez now the top two for the lead, and which pretty much looks like Les Staver and Cleaver can close up. Going to be the battle for the lead.
Well, with 10 minutes remaining, Staver has enough time with Blomqvist and Rodriguez fighting ahead to maybe make something work for him. But Staver's also going to have to be looking in his rearview mirrors as Cleaver is hungry to get into this fight as well.
Indeed he is, as Blomqvist stays put in second position. Rodriguez withholds the lead, as we said, Cleaver trying to close in on Staver after that turn one bump.
It appears that Stather's able to come out of that previous incident relatively cleanly, not showing any signs of slowing down.
No, absolutely. We'll jump on board with Matt Cleaver, as he has got a run on Staver for P3, and I believe that looks like to be moved, done and dusted. It is, as
yep.
Bit of a blip for delivery there. That was very random, as Cleaver gets it done.
Cleaver practically putting two wheels out onto the grass, giving himself the room to go into that corner.
Yeah, big time. So that is more of a move of I'm coming through. Really like it a lot, and indeed Rodriguez is in the lead. Missed that one. I'll tell you what, let's try and go back to it and see what happens as Rodriguez around the outside of turn 1 gets the move done.
Oh, that's in the roller coaster. That's right before the front straight.
No, ignore me. Yes, indeed. That was way before. I thought I was turn 1 for a minute for some reason. No, Rodriguez getting the move done easily. Quite easily, actually, with slipstream. And he is still retaining it, however, as we now go back to live pictures as they are going onto the back straight again. Yes, they are.
But if you look, the cleaver is getting much bigger in the background of this shot. While Rodriguez and Blomqvist are fighting, they're losing time continually to these next 2 cars down the order.
They are indeed, so they'll try and bear that in mind. I think these 2 drivers leading that, as soon as they keep on fighting, they are going to be costing time to Cleaver behind. 2.4 seconds is the gap. And yes, he is driving quite fast as Staver gets back past.
Oh, and up ahead, Rodriguez has the slowdown. We'll have to see if Blomqvist is able to make something happen with that.
You're about to find out. The lack of daylight is actually making it surprisingly hard, as Blomqvist indeed does take the position. Rodriguez getting that slowdown will have to serve that to avoid a bigger penalty. And we'll get that cleared very shortly, and indeed he does, and he'll be able to get back onto the tail of Blomqvist, I'm sure, in a very short period of time. We'll see what happens as that battle is reignited once more. Right, let's see what happens with Staver getting past. Oh, there's a slide. That was right. Oh, that was almost very much contact there from... That was a back marker, actually. So what's happened there? Something's happened. So Peter Staver's got the move done on Cleaver. Cleaver... That wasn't Cleaver. That was a back marker, I believe. We don't quite have the right camera angle to actually find out what happened there. But I know it was for position. It was just...
Yeah, that was Cleaver. Cleaver was just going very slow.
And it had a slide going into the final couple of corners. And that cost him his position once more.
Off on the inside.
And we did it was McLeod just briefly went off circuit. As that Skechers livery for some reason shows as white in the darkness when you... That's from some camera angles, no idea why. But rest assured he is trying to chase back down again, but the leaders are fighting away as well. Issue for Thomas DeHaar, who finds himself off circuit. That's down towards the final turn, as the leaders are now fighting away once more, going into the second, into the final sector, shall I say, and Rodriguez gets the move done and dusted back past Blomqvist.
Yeah, if I had to guess, it looked like Blomqvist may have just got a very poor drive out of Oak Tree, and Rodriguez just ate the distance up too quickly.
Yeah, sounds about right. Rodriguez gets going once more. That's Cleaver going wide in the background as the shot comes off. And Benjamin getting very close to Taron. However, Blomqvist looks to have a slipstream again for the lead. Repleter's dropping positions too, so Repleter's has had a bit of an off. However,
they're side by side, and it's he-1.
And that is...
And Blomqvist seems to kind of make his way up through the front of... Make his way through Rodriguez to the front of the field.
It did, and Blomqvist getting that move back past into turn 1. Now we saw Repleter's drop a couple of positions. There's battle happening for Benjamin and Taron, who are side by side, going down into the first corner. Benjamin holds it into the inside. The over-under potential here for Taron will become the outside line for the next couple of left-handers. Tries to go for the over-under, can't make it work, and that is move done for Benjamin. However, nope, Taron thinks better of it.
Yeah, nothing doing there. Benjamin taking a very clean line through NASCAR and right hook and just getting a good run away.
Yep, absolutely. As that is move definitely done. The leaders are now starting to spread out a little bit. Staver and Cleaver are somewhat close together, so Rodriguez going to try and get the slipstream down the back straight. As we'll keep an eye on Cleveland.
This is going to be interesting as we get down into these final laps of who decides to be where when the final lap comes around.
Yes, absolutely. As the Skechers Mazda of Cleveland still goes deep, however, very similar to last time. He was fighting for position with David, goes deep.
Yeah, it looks like Cleaver is trying to break offline to be defensive from Stay There, but loses his braking references and just ends up going way too deep in that corner every time.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not going to help him in the slightest, and he will continue. However, was briefly in P3, lost it again immediately. Now, I have a feeling this will be the last lap of the race, just by about 10 or so seconds left on the clock. As Cleaver gets moved back up the inside for P3. Staver thinks about holding around the outside, realises I think that he can't do that. As a slowdown for Rodriguez is now going to hurt his prospects of winning this race, as Cleaver
goes very wide.
That's going to
Cleaver leads Stay There into the snake for one final run through.
Yes, indeed. I think the lead battle has now been nullified because that slowdown for Rodriguez. He's going to need a bit of a miracle to try and catch back up to Bloomquist. However, Cleaver and Staver still on course to have a battle for the end of the race. There's a couple other battles happening as well. 9th and 10th, 11th and 12th are fighting away, and 18th and 19th also further down the grid. We'll keep an eye on that. Matt Cleaver's now got to slow down.
Oh, and that may be the race for Cleavers.
I feel it might be.
And he goes around, able to get a relatively safe rejoin. That does also clean up his slowdown.
Does indeed.
But that will cost him dearly as he makes the run onto the back straight, and that's going to let Stathers just build the gap between them, and that may be too much. That is likely too much for him to overcome by the end of this race.
Yeah, I absolutely agree as well. As that is going to be now the final lap. As the checker flag will wave for the drivers leading away Bloomquist. Rodriguez making a last-ditch effort to try and get back up close to Bloomquist, but his last opportunity has now gone and past him. We think it will be.
As long as Blomqvist can make it through this final corner, and it looks like he gets away cleanly.
It does indeed.
This should be the race for Rodriguez.
Absolutely should be, and Bloomquist will get to the line to take the checker flag. With Rodriguez second, Staver and Cleaver relatively close behind them for third and fourth. It is Taryn.
And it looks like just as we come, Taryn and Benjamin are swapping. Oh, and Taryn is off.
Yes, he is indeed, and drops positions because of it. Up ahead of him, it will be Mike Pfeiffer's, who's trying to fight away for 10th and 9th. It'll be Dillavale, Morgan, Hill. Then Benjamin, and then it's going to be Raplina's and Piper's to the line, almost nose to tail. And in the background, Scorer and Thomas DeHaar fighting for what is essentially bragging rights here as DeHaar loses position to Scorer. And that is moved, done and dusted. I think Thomas DeHaar slowing down now quite drastically to maybe save a bit of fuel. As he's still got quite a lot of lap to go. As we see, the next car to come to the line will be 39 seconds down on the P11th position. Such as the gap that has extended between the front and rear runners, and it's almost a no man's land in the midfield pack here. As Williams does come to the line, it will be P12 for him. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, the final runners on the field, Tomlinson, Martinez, and Cousins are all still lapping their way around. Tomlinson picking up the flag, and Martinez shortly thereafter.
Indeed, Holmes and Squirrel getting close together on the final couple of quarters of this first race this evening.
As they make their way down into Hogpen, it looks like Holmes is away cleanly. making a few moves to try to break the draft just in case.
Indeed,
But that
he
gets us
does.
Holmes, Shore, and Tahar. And Pfeiffer's will be our one lap down driver.
Indeed, he
D
will.
Pfeiffer's.
Yes, Dennis Pfeiffer's will indeed be the final driver to see the checkered flag. And that, folks, is race 1.
And it
Done.
is still a
Dusted.
full reverse grid for the second race, correct?
I believe so.
So that means that Dennis will be leading us away for race 2 after a short 3-minute intermission.
Yep, indeed. As we go to have a bit of a warm up, and I'll get back to just making sure that everything is a-okay for the race that the second race they're going to do, full reverse grid of 20 cars. Certainly going to be a interesting one. Let's go to the results for that first race. It was. Right, let's go back to the top properly. That is, there we go. Alvin Brinquist taking the win from Rodriguez to Staver. Cleaver Dila. Words failing me tonight. I'm trying to stutter. Dila Vale. There we go. In fifth. It'll be Charlie Morgan, Ash Hill, Adam Benjamin, Raplina's Pfeiffer's your top 10. Taryn 11th, Williams 12th, Tomlinson 13th, Martinez 14th, Cousin 15th, and Bottleson 16th, Holmes 17th, Scorer 18th, Thomas DeHaar 19th, and Pfeiffer's in 20th position. Now, as we said, folks, flip that finishing order on its head. We will then get the grid, which we will go over for race 2 as soon as the session progresses from this quick warm-up these guys have in between the sessions.
Forgive the corny joke that I think only 2 people here may understand. As a famous Virginian once said, you have to flip it and reverse it, and we'll have our grid for the second race.
Cool.
I'm really sorry. It was an intrusive thought. The joke would not go away. I'm pretty sure it's me and maybe one other person in this entire place that would understand it.
That is, we'll take
but
it.
as we set up for the second race, it's going to be interesting to see the gap between those rear runners and the lead of the first race, how that's going to make a very interesting passing situation as we get into the first sector here, with it being one of the twistier sections on the track where a lot of pace is gained and lost.
Yes, absolutely. That'll be interesting to see, as it's going to be tricky for those guys to get past the slower cars. I do agree, especially with I say limited overtaking opportunities. This is a circuit that does have a clear, defined kind of like you can pass into turn 1. There's a couple of passes you can do, especially going to the back straight. That's kind of gone out the window a little bit because we've seen cars fight side by side in places you wouldn't really expect them to be fighting.
No, absolutely. The MX-5s do a really good job around here for that reason. VIR is a favorite rookies track for a lot of people for a reason, but is also a hated one because, as we saw in the first race, it's very easy to drop 2 wheels and you're off in absolute nowhere.
Yep, that is absolutely fair. As we now go to the grid. Apologies for the darkness. It is a night race here on oNiD Racing for the first time since in forever, but Pfeiffer's will take pole from Tahar, Scorer, Holmes, Bottleson, Cousin, Martinez, Tomlinson, Williams, Taryn, your top 10. We then go down to Pfeiffer's, Raplines, Benjamin Hill, Morgan, Dilavale, Cleaver, Staver, Rodriguez, Bloomquist. Your starting order for this second and final race of the evening, as all cars have now taken to the grid. We see the 5 lights will come on our screens very shortly.
Ooh, and it looks like there is a false start in the background.
Oh, okie dokie. We will keep an eye on that and try and figure out who that was. It won't necessarily show on our
Ben
timing screen.
Holmes.
Oh, is it? It is Ben Holmes. As he's already
But
got the
Pfeiffer
black
is
flag.
away. Martinez and Tomlinson are already fighting for position, and Ben Holmes, despite the black flag, is trying to fight his way up to a good position to mitigate the damage he's going to see. Cleaver already making big moves, as it looks like Schur may be around in the background.
Indeed.
Stay there, not Schur.
And they look to get away reasonably. Ostava is quite a way down on the back of the field, but will continue nonetheless, as everyone apart from that, they may be stopping and changing positions on the timing tower, but nothing horribly wrong. They've all been kept on, bar a couple of cars at the start, have been able to keep it on the circuit.
As the 1,000 Angry Bees, that is 20 MX-5s, thunders their way down towards the back end of this track. Tahar continues to lead the way as Ben Holmes slides into the second position, not making a particularly good run, losing a little bit of time. As it looks like D Pfeiffers may have dropped a little bit of tire onto the grass and ends up losing positions.
Yeah, we are following him
But
now.
Ben Holmes and Tahar continue to lead us around. Dennis Pfeiffers is trying to stabilize that position. And off to the side, Tahar. Tahar is off out of Oak Tree and looking for a spot to rejoin. But that puts Ben Holmes, the man with the drive-through, into the lead.
And they're going 3 wide. Oh dear God! Please sort it out before our next braking zone. Thank God. It looked like Scorer there dropping down into 5th, backs out on the move and realises let's not go 3 wide. It's a half-hour race. There's still time to make up, and one of those drivers ahead of him has got a slowdown penalty.
Oh,
let's not forget.
And there are a lot of cars off at the top of the roller coaster.
There is indeed. And
that is a big one.
Big. Very, very big. Oh dear.
Yellow
oh
flag
dear, oh dear.
is out.
And it's safety car. Full course yellow. Have we seen this before? There's a big enough incident. iRacing will throw the safety car, and indeed in this occasion, they have done so.
And it is Bottelson that'll hold the lead as we go into the safety car. Bottelson, Tomlinson, Martinez making it up to the lead of the field. Benjamin Pfeiffers, Raplinas, and Morgan.
Let's see what's happened here. So there's a contact up ahead.
It looks like Ash Hill gets into the back of Tahar and causes a chain reaction.
It's 2 separate incidents there.
I don't think I got a good look at the first one. I was following the Ash Hill one.
This might be better. Reese Tarrant. So this is P6. Goes into the corner.
Oh, the Momo car gets into the back of one of the oNiD cars and causes the slowdown.
Yeah.
And it just begins to cascade from there.
I'm going to go and rewind here just to see what happened. While we do have the safety car out, let's follow De La
It is
Vale.
it's not De La Vale, it's the next Momo car ahead.
Oh God, who was that? That would have been
Tahar.
Not Tahar.
You see, it's already happening.
It is. I'm just trying to figure out. Whilst we do have a safety car, let's just nitpick.
I believe it's Rodriguez. It's either Martinez or Rodriguez.
It's not. It isn't that one. We'll go. Oh, that's Pfeiffers. So who in the world has he made contact there with? To try and work this out. I'll go quarter time now. Let's use a little bit of a tool here.
Because the slowdown's happening now. Up at the top of the hill, it's the Momo car that's in the back that starts the first one right before Ash Hill gets into the back of Tahar.
Let's try and figure this out, folks. So I actually do have a safety car. As we will just...
It's the Momo car that's into the oNiD car.
So let's do a little cheeky... Not
the other way in the order.
It's not letting us see who it was. I'm trying to work it out myself.
That one. The one you just came off of.
Oh my God, we'll get there in the end.
There. Sure is where it happens, but it's the number 5.
It's the number 5. Okay. Alfonso Martinez. He's keeping going. He's still out there. He's still in P3 as it is live on circuit.
Martinez gets away clean. It's just a big slowdown that happens. You'll see as soon as it goes through.
Boink. Yeah, and round he goes. And then it is, yeah, just a chain reaction. So he gets away with it. And
it's the slightest of contacts that causes it.
Oh my.
Yeah, Martinez is in chat apologizing for the incident.
Oh, he's going to be absolutely gutted for that. So we've got a couple of cars in the pits. Taron comes into the pits. And I believe a couple of the cars as well come in. Scorer, Tahar and Pifers have been able to jump back to pits, use the tone, use a quick repair, and they are now back out on circuit, catching back up with the...
And I'm just noticing this. Ben Holmes is still... Oh, well, he's in the pit now, so this should clear his black flag.
It should do. Should.
But yeah, that is our first big one of the series, and if it was going to happen anywhere, I imagine VIR would be the one to see it.
Yep, absolutely. So, big incident on that second lap of the race. As the safety car is out, the lights have gone out on the safety car. That would signify that we are going to go back racing at the end of this lap.
It looks like a number of people are trying to get themselves settled into their starting positions.
Indeed they are.
So there are a number of yellow flag overtakes that are being called for.
Yeah, so we'll just settle down for a little while at the very least, and we'll get going once more very, very soon.
Yeah, end of this lap, the safety car will be dropping in.
We breathe yet.
Quite a ride, and only two laps in.
Indeed it was. And
is it a double file restart?
Whatever it is, they'll be prompted by iRacing to get in. If it's going to be a double formation, they'll be prompted by the UI to get in position. I'm not sure if that's just Daniel Tomlinson and Bottleston decided to go to one side of the track and the other. It is a side-by-side. They are now getting into formation by the looks of it.
And we're pulling up to the end of the lap. The safety car will be going in just a few moments.
Indeed they will.
But a big backup in two incidents at once. Martinez and Ash Hill causing some light contacts and sending the field into absolute chaos. And I may have called it a little too soon. I'm sorry. I got confused. We still have the whole back straight to go before we get rolling once again.
Indeed we will. And we'll go to Chopper Camera for this restart. And we'll see that it is Bottleson, Tomlinson, Benjamin Martinez, and then Pifers Raplinez. So look at the headlights illuminating the way. I can't believe we've got a night race here at Virginia International Raceway. It would have been nice to have a night race at a track that actually has some illuminations. It makes our lives a lot more easier. But
yeah, absolutely. But it is kind of cool seeing everything illuminated by the headlights instead.
It is indeed. Go to Daytona. I mean, that would have been so much more simpler for us. I mean, it's probably the one.
Daytona would be amazing.
Oh, it would. It would be, absolutely. However, safety car is starting to now pull away as we will watch this restart from the chopper cam for the race leaders. Safety car pulls in,
and it's a long way down to the start.
It is. There's contact.
People are
nudging in the background, encouraging people to go, and now I think Bottleston now puts his foot down and catches half the field sleeping. Is Pete, the top six, getting away before anyone else as the lights now go green for our restart. Into the night we go.
Bottleston taking a middle line in the T1, trying to make sure that he's secure in this position.
Indeed he is. It looks like he's been able to do so as everyone goes through turn one nice and tidily. No big issues to report as of yet.
And it looks like Stalers does have a drive-through from the restart.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt big time as Lee's getting away and Benjamin becoming a bit of a cork in the bottle here. as everyone else is almost lining up behind him trying to make a move. But saying that, it's just on a restart. It's not quite yet going to the full breadth of this race. As it stands, the leaders, however, are able to pull away as
Tomlinson and Ballison are off and away, just opening up time away from Benjamin.
They are indeed. Scorer, unfortunately, dropping positions down to 17th, has an issue, got off circuit. So does Williams, Terry J. Williams, having.
And in the background, Blomqvist looks to try to make a move on Raplina, side by side into Oak Tree. It looks like Blomqvist is able to get it done, but is going to suffer for it on the drive out of it onto the back straight. And he tucks in right behind Stathers and is going to have a drafting partner. A little further back, it appears that Cleaver is also looking for a partner, but is left out in the cold. Appears to be away.
Indeed.
In the lead, Bottleson leads Tomlinson down the straight as Benjamin is trying to pick that position back up as they head into the roller coaster. Stather takes to the outside as Blomqvist is away.
That is Raplina's that just went wide there as he goes through.
Oh, thank you.
That's right, no worries. Raplina's going wide as he goes through the this section there. Martinez dropping down the order. What's happened to Martinez? He's gone off circuit and is able to rejoin. However, it looks like he just went wide at turn 1. Sorry, not turn 1, the final turn, should I say. Oh, a couple of wheels on the grass. It just drags him off.
And off into Narnia, and he makes it back on, but is going to suffer for the lack of speed on that long straight.
Yep.
Ballison continues to lead us around, but those cars in the background are gaining on him. The Hatsune Miku car is being hunted down by the 95 oNiD car, getting into NASCAR Bend. Ballison trying to take the inside and eat as much curb as he can to keep Tomlinson from trying to find any way through. Into the S's they go. Tomlinson, Benjamin, and Pfeiffer's all within a second. All the lead cars all within some position, and it looks like Tomlinson is going to take a look into the outside.
It does. They give each other
and
space.
Tomlinson, will he get it done? Taking a long cut on the inside, but not taking up a slowdown, keeping just enough wheels on the track. But it's going to cause Pfeiffer's to have a bit of a, Benjamin to have a bit of a backup and Pfeiffer's to get the position.
Indeed, multiple cars off at that corner going through that fast left-hander. They all keep it pointing in the same direction, but a load of off-track pings coming up. As Scorer's got a meatball flag, he is back in the pits, so he's had an issue of his own making, unfortunately, and will hopefully rejoin.
Bottleson keeps the position.
Does indeed, as Pfeiffer's having an issue as well, dropping off. Oh, he's well off the circuit.
It looks like he keeps it out of the wall at least. Just need to, I may have spoken too soon. That is a meatball flag for Pfeiffer's. And Bottleson gets the position, Tomlinson gets the position off of Bottleson.
And Staver's off big time.
Stather, a long cut, going for the rallycross line, trying to rejoin at Oak Tree.
Indeed it does. And
that is a black flag for Stathers.
He immediately goes to the pits to serve it. As we see
Harlan Morgan appears to have made some moves.
Yeah, dropping down the order, but will... Oh, yeah, so it's happened with Charlie though, not quite sure what. But just very quickly, it's what happened to Joey Scorer that's caused him to go back to the pits. To see him, back a massive swapper.
Oh, yeah, that is a bad, that's a bad spin there.
It's a horrible spin, so you'll go back to the pits and get a quick repair and rejoin very hopefully. Hopefully won't be the last of him that we see in tonight's race. It is, however, Tomlinson and Bolton are now pulling away. It is Dylan Vale in third, getting past Benjamin for fourth, but it is a 2-second gap between second and third, and it is pretty much
just this final
rest.
lap, De La Vale puts in the fastest lap of the race, so De La Vale is not to be ignored. With 15 minutes remaining, still plenty of time to fight for position, but has an entire pack right behind him, putting pressure onto him as he tries to gain ground. And off they go again out the South Bend.
You need to be careful there, surely. It's not the first time that's happened. As, Benjamin, has a swapper on the exit.
No.
Hold the brakes, good sir, you do indeed. Thank the
He
Lord.
tries to take advantage of keeping the speed up as he goes around, but gets a little bit too much angle and has to slam the anchors on to avoid rocketing across traffic.
Indeed, and most notably, look at who's up in P4 from last place on this full reverse grid. It's Bloomquist. Fighting away in the background is Hill and Cleaver coming together into the corner. It is very much getting together now off the circuit. As both cars,
Getchers and Rexy taking a little journey off at the top of the roller coaster.
Insult to injury, Cleaver gets a slowdown and immediately serves it. As Ashil still trying to find his way back onto the circuit. And apologies, no, Cleaver's still trying to find his way on the circuit. It gets another slowdown for good measure. So we now have a battle.
And Tomlinson picks up the fastest lap of the race, and De La Valle and Blomqvist fighting each other, going down into Hogpen, pulling onto the front straight.
Or over under, that's a cheeky move. He can get that to work, and indeed he does. Lucas, but De La Valle is still on the inside. And we'll get the move back done and dusted. However, another run from Bloomquist as they go into turn 4.
And the more fighting they do back here, the further it seems that Balvson and Tomlinson are able to go. Balvson not setting a foot wrong and staying deep in the slipstream of Tomlinson, just keeping this 2 nearly 3 second gap going.
Absolutely, as we have Jory score in Twitch chat on a 3-stream streak.
49 minutes of damage.
49. Okay, when I said you're probably going to come back out with a quick repair, then that was definitely not going to happen. As unfortunately, after that wreck, we'll unfortunately see Jory score unable to continue. Thank you for joining us in Twitch chat. It's a pleasure to have you, Jory, as we see a battle continuing here. Ash Hill has returned to the pits now as well. He's had an issue and gone off circuit and had an issue of his own making, potentially.
Says he's out.
He's gone off circuit. Just trying to see if there's any real reason for it. No, he's just, I think, unfortunately, had an issue, disconnected from the server. However, we'll stick with this battle for P3's Bloomquist still trying to make his way past De La Valle, and eventually gets the move done. However, it's the over-under for De La Valle. Gets a better run out of the corner. Can't hang it around the outside. Actually gets compromised. Rodriguez goes, thank you very much. I will have that from you if you don't mind me asking.
Rodriguez swapped the cars. Rodriguez is going to have a bite at Blomqvist as they head down into the front straight. But up ahead is lap traffic. There's an oNiD car that doesn't appear to be in that fight.
It is... No, I don't... if it is... sorry, score out in the pits. I do stand corrected. Apologies. I'm not sure if it is an oNiD car. If it is an oNiD car in the battle, it's Dan Tomlinson. And we'll see who that is. I'm trying to figure out myself. No, it is...
I don't know what I'm seeing. I'm sorry. I guess this is just the curving. Let me see Tomlinson up ahead a little more. But Blomqvist continues to lead our fight for third place around. But it appears that Balvson has finally fallen off the back bumper of Tomlinson, and that's just going to make him easy prey for Blomqvist in the coming laps.
Yep, absolutely. And a 1 year streak of subscriptions. Thank you, Jerry Scorer, for that. It's a pleasure to have you, and thank you for your ongoing support. But Bottas managed to place that gap back down again. It's now within a second, so he should be getting a bit of a tow from the Mazda up ahead. He's punching a hole in the air for him, but Bloomquist, again, it's always going to come back into another 5-way battle for the lead again if these guys keep coming up closer to each other.
Lap times for these lead cars are very similar to one another currently, with Carlos Rodriguez with the fastest lap of all of them. Blomqvist and De La Valle pushing up their times as well.
It's definitely pushing. That's a bump draft if I've ever seen one. Teammates maybe potentially trying to work together a little bit to try to get the gap back up to Rodriguez and Bloomquist again, so to make it a truly 5-way battle. It is now pretty much a 5-way battle. They're all within touching distance of each other. So it looks like it's going to be a bit of a slipstream train going down into the main straight.
Before this heats up too much, can we take a look down at Replinus and Terran, who are starting to get into contention with each other?
Can do so indeed, as Terran looks to the outside line of the final turn. So Replinus looks to have a shocking run going through that turn, as VIR's got past Rodriguez once more for position. And we'll see what happens. And Ben Holmes, ever so sorry to see that. Very sorry to see that you've had a bit of a torrid race, and we will just keep an eye on the rest of this race. We are now on a hype train on Twitch. Thank you very much for all those subscriptions. That's caused us to get a level 1 treasure train going.
But down fighting for 7th place, we have Terran, Replinus, Cleaver, and Martinez all running within tight contention of each other. As it looks like Terran has a bit of a loose run through NASCAR, but is able to get it back under control as they head down into the Snake. Replinus is gaining time quickly on Terran. The distance closing up with just enough draft, but close on to his back bumper. Cleaver's not going to let him get too far away, looking to see if he can make his way back up to the front of this field as well.
Absolutely. We are just going to jump to Bloomquist, who's fighting away with Bottleson for position.
Bloomquist is able to get the nose ahead and get the move done on the back straight. But will Balson get a bite at him as they go into the roller coaster? Blomqvist taking a strong position on that inside line. Balson looking to take another move. And Balson is by him at the end of the straight as they go down through the roller coaster.
Yep, absolutely.
Blomqvist looking to take that defensive line, has lost a little bit of time.
Indeed. And we've had gifted subs from Joey Scorer. Thank you very, very much. Gifted subscriptions to Glow360, Horizon Media, Alfonso, Vala8, Sergio Garcia getting gifted subs. Thank you very much for your support, Jory.
And it looks like Dan Tomlinson has either had a slowdown or had an issue coming out of the final corner as Blomqvist and Balson get by him. Blomqvist goes very deep and opens himself up to Balson's counterattack. Side by side coming through NASCAR and heading into the right hook.
Oh,
Two corners continuing side by side. Balson and Blomqvist not letting either get a nose ahead, getting very close. Balson takes that inside line with a small touch. Balson holding the slide and able to make it recover. Keeping going the right way on two wheels, getting into the Snake. And Blomqvist looks to have the lead, and Tomlinson is looking to see if he can get his nose in on that inside. Tomlinson making it a 3-wide fight going down into the Snake. Someone is going to have to give because 3 will not go into 1. It looks like Tomlinson is the one to drop out as Balson holds that inside, keeping Blomqvist working for it. But they keep side by side once again. But Replinus, Bottleson appears to have lost time on the grass, giving Blomqvist the move.
Bolton looking to try and make the route back past Bloomquist again in the background. Tomlinson wisely bats out that battle, always making it 3 wide going into the Snake, but it is for now Bloomquist, Bolton, Tomlinson, Dinaver, Rodriguez, now Cleaver as Pife is dropping down the order. He's had an issue going wide onto the back straight, and he's going to lose about 3 positions because of it. Oh, Ben Holmes in chat, off to drink wine now. I'm going to need a drink of wine after this as well. That's it's been in that kind of race. It's been insane. Side by side for leaders once more. Going down from the back straight. It is Bloomquist that battles off Bottleson. Tomlinson trying to capitalise. Can't do anything right now.
It seems like things are heating up as we're getting into the final 5 minutes of this race. Blomqvist on the books to try to get another top finish. And in the background, Rodriguez goes a bit wide, dropping wheels onto the grass as the 2 Momo cars are hunting from the 4th and 5th position to try to get themselves back into this fight for the front as Thomason pulls alongside Bottleson.
Did move up the inside down Dustin in the background. Rodriguez and Vale also fighting away with Cleaver and Taran. They're also given it large into the first turn. However, we'll stick with its lead battle, and it was spoiled for choice here, really, trying to figure out what's best to watch as Tomlinson tries to make up the inside of Bottleston, still has the inside line for the next turn. I think Bottleston actually using momentum around the outside to keep the position, and
that outside becomes the inside right before the long run.
It does indeed. And it's going to be almost 5 cars batting for the lead. Cleaver and Taran not too far behind, having a little battle. Suppliers and Martinez also fighting for 8th and 9th. Pfeiffer's has had another issue, unfortunately. He's gone off circuit and does rejoin, but unfortunately I think he's gone straight back to the pits. Horizon Media parked it, 25 FPS. I can't lap with it that low, unfortunately, for Horizon Media is Ash Hill, if I remember correctly. Twitch names and real life names not adding up. By the way,
and Dan Tomlinson is fighting side by side. And Rodriguez falls off the corner at Oak Tree, picking it back up, but losing the position to, not losing the position to De La Vale.
Loses the position to Tomlinson, that is for sure. Indeed. Sorry, Charlie Morgan is Horizon Media. And yes, the jury scorer, giving you a gifted stub as well. As the leader's going back at it once more. Bottleson up the inside. Oh, that looked sketchy for a moment. Backs out of it. Tries to get the overrun to get a better run. Tomlinson, because of them two battling, is now back within a shout of fighting for P3 and P2. Oh, so P2 and P1, should I say.
Blomqvist being very defensive in these final corners, getting onto the front straight, and it's going to be a 3-way draft battle going down the front, but 2 cars are lurking in the background.
Are indeed. And Bottleson has the run, has the slipstreams, gaining, pulls out alongside.
Looking to take the outside line.
It will become the inside.
Blomqvist stays very defensive. And it looks like Blomqvist is able to keep it ahead. Will he be able to get across to stop Bottleson from taking the next position? It looks like he does, going into NASCAR, but Bottleson looks to the inside, but is going to be shut out as they get rid. Excuse me, no, a little early on that one. As they go into NASCAR Bend, Bottleson has the inside. Blomqvist does close it around. And it remains Blomqvist, Bottleson, and Tomlinson.
Oh. Breathe for a moment. As Bottleson has to back off Lundqvist a little bit. He's now under threat from Dan Tomlinson.
And this, I believe, should be the white flag lap. Only enough time for another tour of this very long, windy track.
Indeed, absolutely. Penultimate lap. So, very limited opportunity. Oh, that Blomqvist going very wide.
Not going to have a particularly good drive going to the back straight, and is going to become 3 wide very quickly. Blomqvist does not want to give any room for Tomlinson to get by, but Tomlinson demands the space on track. Now 3 wide as they make their way up the hill into the roller coaster.
I don't want to look.
3 sets of headlights cresting the hill as they come across the first bend. They're down into the dip. Tomlinson takes the lead with Blomqvist on the inside, and there's a small touch between Tomlinson and Bottleson. Blomqvist slips in and says thank you for the second position, but is going to be pushed to the outside line as Tomlinson claims the next set of corners. But it's going to be the inside as Blomqvist gets the run onto the front straight, but that's Bottleson with a big run away in the front with a clean drive away. Tomlinson and Rodriguez are side by side in the background as Blomqvist tries to fall into the slipstream of Bottleson, gaining as they pull down the long straight, heading into likely the final tour of the track. Bottleson takes the inside line with Blomqvist going to the outside. Blomqvist trying to hold on to that space, aiming for the inside line as they get into the next set of corners. And it looks like Blomqvist is going to hold on to it, but De La Valle pulls into the 3rd position with Tomlinson hunting in 4th. Tomlinson breaking a little early, seemed to catch Rodriguez out, but Rodriguez avoids getting into contact with Tomlinson, and Blomqvist pulls ahead of Bottleson. There are a lot of suns here.
There's a lot, and let's not forget reverse grid. Blomqvist was the winner of the last race. On the last lap here, he's been able to get back up into the lead, but it's not done yet. There's still all of them fighting away for position. It's
The
anyone's
lead
game
cars
here.
in this time around were the lead cars of the final race, except for Bottleson, who's found his way back up into the fight for the lead as they take wide lines coming down onto the south hook into Oak Tree. Everyone seems to get a clean run, and it is going to be a long draft up the road. Blomqvist out a little wide onto the exit curbing, but they fall in, falling Blomqvist across the track, trying to break the draft as Bottleson and Tomlinson slip to the outside of the upcorning corner. And Bottleson is head by the nose, and Tomlinson and De La Valle are side by side heading into the first corners of the roller coaster.
Oh my god, a 2x2. There's contact between the leaders.
Asane Miku is on the side of the 333 car, and that's Blomqvist away in the lead.
There's been an incident.
Will he be able to hold on to it? And in the background, both Tomlinson and De La Valle pick up slowdowns.
Indeed, there's contact between the two. They all rejoin the circuit, but it's going to be Bloomquist that takes the race win, just potentially. Bolton's got to run, and Bolton's going to get him.
Bolton takes the draft. Bolton takes the lead.
Oh, he's out of fuel. He's
and it's Bolton, Blomqvist, and Rodriguez across the line, all within the span of a second of each other. De La Valle is going to cross the line, but has a drive-through on the books. Taran, Cleaver, Tomlinson, Raplines, Martinez, Pfeiffers.
Indeed it was. Oh my god.
What a fight for the end.
My lord.
And rounding out our top 10, A. Martinez and Pfeiffers.
So just going to try and figure out what happened here with Tomlinson, and that was he was fighting for the position. So Tomlinson did a veil. Let's go to a replay of that on the final lap, side by side. There's contact between the two. Oh, and a slide, and then it just pass at that point. Tomlinson's a passenger.
Yeah, it looks like Tomlinson may have gotten into the side of was that Martinez?
Yeah, it was. Indeed it was. As we see Bottleson celebrating, let's do some donuts. And then Clouts in the wall for good measure.
Donuts until he hits the wall.
Donuts until he hits the wall.
Donuts on the wall.
Oh my.
What an amazing finish for race 2 tonight. An unsuspecting winner, Runnar Bottleson, pulls in from I believe he started about a midfield position and makes his way up to the front alongside the lead runners of today's race.
The only other driver to yet see a checker flag, Thomas DeHaar. Let's just see him come across the line, and that'll be race done and dusted.
Yeah, thank you very much for all the racers that made it to the end of today's race, and thank you for everyone that participated and competed.
Indeed. Apologies for the darkness here, but we're in the darkness. We will go to the results. Bottleson takes the win from Bloomquist, denying him the second win of the evening on what was a very hectic final race. Rodriguez, Taran, Cleaver, Tomlinson, Raplines, Martinez, Pfeiffer's cousin, your top 10 for the final race this evening. De La Valle, Williams, Benjamin, Staver, Tahar, Morgan, Hill, Pfeiffer's, and then down at the bottom of the grid is Scorer and Holmes. Sadly, Ben Holmes having some issues there, and has already dropped by in Twitch chat to say hi, and already said they're going to get some wine, and I think that's what I need to do next as well after that incredibly hectic race.
What a fight, both races tonight, with just the whole field being in such tight contention.
Oh, big time. That was at points we didn't know where to look. There was always something happening, which was wonderful to see. But yeah, that second lap instant now on the second race causing that safety car. It was nice to bunch up the field, and after that, it actually raced really well after that.
Yeah, once we got away for the second, honestly, the first lap went so well, it was surprising that once it happened, it kind of caught us out.
Indeed it did, and that is that for this week. Next week, however, we are back to the same place, same time on a Thursday night. Third round, Lime Rock Park.
Oh, this is going to be madness next week.
that
Lime
laugh
Rock,
was what I
we're
needed.
likely going to see a lot of interactions with back of gear, excuse me, with the back of the grid traffic. Lapping is going to be a major component of next week's race.
Indeed.
Which layout of Lime Rock are we doing?
Grand Prix.
Grand Prix.
Is
Is it
that
the one with or
with
without the chicanes?
Grand Prix? I think is with the chicane.
Okay, yeah, it's going to be slowdowns, drive-throughs,
Broken
and
suspensions.
fighting the lap traffic.
Yeah, that too as well. And yes, of course, those mighty curves. The Mazdas are prone to suspension damage. So we'll see
Well,
how much the drivers risk the curve, especially if it is the chicane, which I think it is with the Grand Prix layout. Will be interesting to see. Not only that, for next week, we are visiting 3 more circuits after next week. It will be Okayama, Laguna Seca, and Red Bull Ring for round 4, 5, and 6 on a Thursday night. But until then, it's been a pleasure. Jarrett, anything else to say before we sign off?
No, I appreciate this time of the race. It is that wonderful week where there's a gap between daylight savings time between America and Europe. So for all of our Americans, we'll be an hour earlier next week.
Yeah.
And for everyone else, same time. Come back if you want to see some exciting chaos and fun.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for the support in Twitch chat as well. Thank you for the follows and subscriptions. You did get a level 2 hype train, which is always lovely to see. And your support doesn't go unnoticed. It is fabulous to have you. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. See you same time, same place next week for the oNiD Sim Hound Club Challenge. We will see you all very, very soon. Don't fret, folks. The weekend is almost here.
Take care.